Hello again, beautiful artists, and welcome back to another episode of Paint Along with Skye. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Skye and I post beginning level acrylic painting tutorials here on YouTube every Saturday. So make sure to hit subscribe so you can join the fun and paint along, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Right, so this week we have a really fun and fantastical painting. We're going to be using rainbow colors, which I love, which you might be able to tell if you're a fan of the channel. But we have a gorgeous bright color background with a silhouette of a unicorn today. Very whimsical. We're going to use our 4 standard brushes as per usual. This kit that I use comes with 4 sizes, so I have a large square wash brush, a medium-sized pointed brush, and 2 small detail brushes. Gonna get these in my water cup off the side of the screen. The colors that I have to start with for the background step, I have some cadmium red, some cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, a little bit of phthalo green, some cobalt blue, violet, and some white. To see a full materials list of everything that I recommend and use, including sizes and brands and everything like that, check the description box below. It'll take you to my materials page on my website, which will show you everything that you need to paint along. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, so I'm gonna grab my largest square brush to start with for the background. And we're gonna go through all of our rainbow colors here, gorgeous rainbow background. We're going to start in this left-hand corner here, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to all of my rainbow colors. We're going to blend them from one color to the next. Very good blending practice. You may run out of space here on your palette paper, and that's all right if you need to use another one. And we're going to start with our red, which we'll just go ahead and add a little bit of white to. And then I'm going to rinse my brush slightly, but it's okay. There's a little bit of pink still on the brush because we're gonna now blend this into the next color along the color wheel, which is going to be orange. Okay, I'm just gonna do nice fat stripes here. And we wanna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors total of the rainbow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking with my 3rd color, I wanna be about halfway. Right, and laying the orange there in that stripe, and then I'm coming in to my pink and blending the orange and pink together. Okay, don't be shy. Get in there and blend, blend, blend. Really good blending practice today. And a good reminder of our color wheel. Okay, nice yellow stripe here. A little bit of white in all of our colors so that we have a nice strong contrast later with our silhouette. And same idea here, we're just laying the color down and then blending it into its neighbor color. Right in the orange I go. And if you blend a little bit too much, you can always add some more of the color from before. Right back on top, okay? Acrylic is all about layers. We're looking good so far, moving along. I'm gonna take my green and I'm going to actually mix that with my yellow and add some white. A nice sort of grassy green color. All right, and I know I need to get blue and purple, so I'm not going to go too far over there with my green. I think I'll kind of cheat into the yellow here a little bit instead. And it's okay if it's a little bit stripy. Kind of adds to the effect. All right, we're looking good. We're almost all the way across our canvas here. Next up is blue. Just laying that blue right next door. And you should hopefully still have a triangle left over there for your purple. Blending the blue into the green. No hesitation. Gorgeous. All right, and our final color here for our background step. Just add some purple, one of my favorite colors, here into the corner. And we're just gonna blend that into the blue. Very satisfying gradation already. All right, already a masterpiece just with the background. All right, beautiful. I think I want a little bit more pigmented purple. That looks good. Let's go ahead now and step away and let this layer dry completely, and then we'll come back and add our unicorn. I'll see everyone in a few. Okay, welcome back, artists. We have a fully dry background and just some black and white on the piece of palette paper here. And now we're gonna jump into the fun part, or the hard part, depending on how you look at it. I'm gonna grab my second to smallest detail brush here, and we're gonna be putting our unicorn, our main focal point of the painting, on here. And I'm gonna just go with black, but I've tried this, I've practiced beforehand. So feel free to practice this shape beforehand, whether it be on your paper table or on a piece of paper on the side, before you add it onto your beautiful background that you worked so hard for. You can also sketch this out with white. It's a little bit easier to adjust, or even just with water in your brush. But I'm gonna jump right in with black, and I'm going to start with the jawline of the horse. And, excuse me, unicorn. And I'm going to just do a little curve here, and this is going to now set me up pretty much for the whole shape. And then I'm going to have a sloped neck. Come down and out. I'm going to adjust this as I go. And then a little bit of a nose here. And I've just kind of come up and around, and then once I get around the kind of jawline area, I'm going to come up slightly. And here in the nose, I'm going to just kind of bring that out a little bit of like a triangle shape. We have kind of like the main head of the horse here. And then up here, we're going to have his ear. I'll go a little bit bigger with that. Okay, moving right along here. And then I'm gonna take a little line here coming down and sort of across the page. And that's gonna be kind of skinny looking right now because we haven't added the mane. Let's go ahead and grab our smaller brush to do some filling in here. Excuse me, larger brush. I'm going to retire the smaller brush. And as we fill in our shape, we can see if it needs any adjusting. I think that's probably a little bit too triangular there, so just kind of smoothing things out slightly. I want to have like the shape of their muzzle. And then curving there for the cheek shape. When I was little, my mother was a horseback rider, and she loved horses, and I loved horses too, but I was tragically quite allergic and more of the indoor type. She was a very wild cowgirl. I'm a very peaceful artist. But I had a vast collection of Breyer's horses, and I used to draw those things constantly. I was obsessed with mastering a good horse shape or a good horse drawing, considerably more than I was of mastering the actual skill of horseback riding. It's okay. We respected each other and our passions, and I tried a bit of horseback riding, and she even tried painting a couple times too. All right, let's just get this filled in for now. And then we're gonna add the mane which really is the fun part. And then also, of course, the unicorn horn, making it distinctive, not a horse. All right, and filling it to that sketch line. Cute. I'm gonna grab my smaller brush again, and I'm gonna add the unicorn horn coming right out of the forehead, just as straight a line as I can. And then we're just gonna make it slightly triangular, and then we'll do the little forelock, little bangs right on top. And we'll have a few little brush strokes there that look like the horse's mane. And we're gonna do the same thing here. And we'll have a few sort of blocks blowing in the wind. And I think I'll probably even do some of these with this small brush. Some of them will be thicker, clumped together here. And then I think I'll even grab my larger brush to fill in that mane nice and thick. Sort of wiggle our way down here. Creating that mane in the wind look. Cute. All right, and I think maybe the neck is a tiny bit skinny, but I also kind of like the shape, so I'm hesitant to go in there. I'm just gonna adjust that slightly. Yeah, I'm not gonna do too much. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of white as like a highlight color for some of these areas. And I'm just gonna take it in here and take some gray and add some highlights, sort of accentuating the curve here of our horse shape. And you may need to add some more black also to sort of tone things down if you need to. And I saw that I was having a little bit of see-throughness over there in the mane. So you can grab some gray, or it kind of blends to gray too as you apply it. I'm gonna do a little curved line there to accentuate the horse's neck, unicorn's neck. And then I'm just toning it down a little bit. And I don't want it to be too long either, so you can, it's a play there between the black and white, and it's fun because you can even try it multiple times if you mess up. All right, and I don't want to go even too far down. Just brightening my highlight down there a little bit. And we're just playing with black and white. So I'm making sure that things look pretty neat. Okay, and then a little bit of white here. I think we'll do a little highlight right along the jawline and the forehead, right along the tip of the nose, and then I think a few little curved highlights down the unicorn horn will be a nice little touch, as well as perhaps a highlight on the ear. Cute. Always feel free to tone things down again if you need to with black. Delicate little steps, very cute. And then let's do a little black star as well, kind of like direction that our unicorn is looking. I'm just gonna do a really quick little star. Of course I get a drip. And I like to start small so that as we fill it in, we can sort of adjust it. Making sure I'm not bringing drips in. Starting small, adjust it to make it bigger. And the same way too, I just went for it there with my star, but you can practice beforehand or even sketch it out with white or water. And these are like something that I almost wish I had like a stencil for, because it's nearly impossible to get it the right shape. It's very mathematical, but I try my best. See, it's getting a little wonky, but it's okay if it's a little wonky. Kind of adds to it. And I think I'll highlight my star a little bit too with some gray, maybe just a few highlights. Very cute. All right, so this was a really simple paint in today, but I think really satisfying. And I like how it turned out. Let me know what you think of today's painting in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love to see your work, and I've created a Facebook group called the Art Club where my students can do just that, whether it be from painting along with me on the weekends or just from your own studio or imagination. Love to have you over there. There's a link in the description box below to join that. And that is all the instruction that I have for us this week. So thank you so much for watching and for painting along. And until next time, stay creative.